Hello people, welcome back to the Vasten. Woohoo! This is your Raskhol buddy speaking here, and as you can see, the chests have changed their appearance once again inside of Minecraft. Yes, that means it's Christmas time! Oh no, the sticky keys are gonna pop in any second now, aren't they? Big news concerning Vasten. Well, we were playing on a realm, but now we have shifted towards the server, which means that I'm gonna render in 20 chunks. I think that's the set amount. Wow. OG. What? He's been working like crazy on this thing. I haven't seen this. Whoa. Beautiful. OG. This is... Wow. This is really beautiful. Now playing Fields of Vasten. Oh, so good. So good. And there's a quill here. Ah, man. I think we have it as a texture when you put a mushroom in a flower pot and it changes into this quill thing with an ink. So good, so good. Anyways, I did a thing. So I'm gonna play a time lapse right here at the start of the video so you can see what is that thing that I did. Well, I made it on both sides. And also, I did a boo-boo. You know what the boo-boo is? When you make something wrong and then you're like, oh no. Okay, look at this pillar, right? You saw it in the time lapse and I'm showing you up close, right? It's highly detailed. That's black stained glass pane. I love it. I love that texture. Anyway, look at this. Okay, now let's come here. Okay, this is the same, one gap in between. Okay, and now look at this thing. Bam. I don't know for what reason, but I made a 3 wide gap. And it goes almost, yeah, it goes along here, and over there. Woo, man. But I have an idea on how to fix this. And luckily, I found this beauty. Yes, zombie spawner. Look how close it is to the actual base. So, right here on the inside, here, this room, the first room here is gonna be plain white. And we're gonna have a laboratory right over here. So our small people, the machi, they're gonna be making experiments and tests on zombies to see in what way they behave and how to upgrade the security in everybody else's personal bases. That's gonna be fun to do, right? We're gonna have pipes taking zombies from the spawner into this room alongside some traps, contraptions, where we're gonna perform experiments. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be amazing. I love it. I love it. But I did something else. I did this. I replicated those pillars up here. And this thing wraps around, this sort of ornament wraps around the entire base, the entire square. So we have a detail now. Also, I've been planning out a little bit of the interior. Like the main space that we're gonna use, I think the most, is the actual storage room. So I thought to centralize it. It's not there. It's somewhere in the center. So we're gonna have flower farms and dye farms in this section. except the black dye. And on this side, we're gonna have something else, probably like food, villages, and whatnot. And this side and that side, they're all gonna funnel into the storage room right here. And it looks kind of Viking style because of these trapdoors, right? These are jungle trapdoors that look like wheels because of the texture pack. But I quite like it. It gives that certain detail to the log here. As you can see, I stripped the spruce log to give it a different sort of color. But these outer rims of the wheel, they match this color of the unstripped, like the actual log. So I think it's quite nice. It's quite nice. I still have to do that one over there. And I did some arches here and here. Also, these are gonna stay. I think they add a little bit to the whole place, and these are also sort of like arches, sort of pretending to be support pillars. So yeah, we're gonna have to use a little bit of our imagination, but I think it works. It works. Right now, I need to install a lot of chests and barrels and all of that sort. You know, shulker boxes. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun decorating this interior. But while I'm playing with this interior and I'm playing around with the design of this thing, we're gonna visit our little place hidden in the sewers. You know, that secret society that I introduced in the previous episode? Yes, well, we found an item that needs to be given a purpose to. So let's see what we found. You know what? I would occasionally take a stroll around the town just to see what other people have been building, and I can't wait to see this monstrosity built all the way up. I think that Juxey is working on this, and this is a Caluss build. Yep, you can see the anvil. Yes, this is a Caluss build. Yeah, but here we have these sort of like unfinished houses. They're missing roofs, and what I found in the middle of the road is this boy. This boy. This crafting table. Now, it's been abandoned, obviously, by its master, so we're gonna give it a purpose. So, first of all, we need to put on a hoodie of our secret society. It's like a mark. Yes, whenever we're doing business for the secret society, we're gonna be wearing this cap. Coming down to this place is always such a good feeling. I'm gonna work more on this thing, maybe expand it. I don't know. Here, I think I'm gonna just place a pipe because I've already built stuff behind that wall. Ow! Yes, and this is a problem. I have to solve this problem of creatures spawning here, but I don't want to place light sources. And then Mear was working on the door here, and he reminded me the carpets actually look like this, which is great. Also, go check out Mear's video because he did such a good thing. Now look at this. It's a key card. Oh, baby! And he comes back. Yes. But now that we are inside of our secret society headquarters, I still have my cap on. Yes, look at it. It's so cool. Also, I need to remove my dirty boots and put on a nice cozy slippers. Look at those. Okay, now, what changed is I started building a bar here. I did a piston trick for the chairs, right? So you can sit here and drink your tea, coffee, whatever you're drinking, juice, I don't know. And you come from this side, you open this, and you pretend to be a bartender. I still need certain things here to make it look and feel like a proper bar. But I was going for the Spanish bar, like wooden type with fences left and right, and there's this sort of like overhang, and I think that certain details, trophies and signs and all sorts of stuff like that would hang from it. So yeah, I hung this thing. Members only bar. And also, yeah, redstone torches. Look how nice they look. I'm gonna use more of these torches as a sort of a chandelier, maybe decoration somewhere. Maybe like a candle on a stick, or a candle holder or something like that. I don't know how actually those things are called. I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, but I quite like this bar feel. If you have any ideas on how I can improve this, do let me know down in the comment section. But here I'm gonna be placing a sitting area, and the same goes on this side. And this is gonna be a lounge area. We're gonna design that a bit later. But as you come over here, you have this middle part that's sort of extended version of this middle room, and it has this rough transition that I'm gonna work a little bit on later, but I'm gonna try and make it feel separated, like I sort of did here, but not really. I need to work on these details. Anyways, we are coming into this area. Now, this is where I worked a little bit off camera. I mean, a little bit, a lot of camera, but I really did try my best. I was focusing, I did a bunch of designs, and I settled for this, which I quite like. This is a style that I've never applied before, but I quite like this bulky design with this sort of additional support thing for the roof here. But these dents in here, this one, there's I think 5, 6 of them. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 dents in here are actually displays, and we're gonna use one of them. Let's see if I have frames. Oh yes, item frames. Item frames are invisible in this texture pack, so as soon as I place them, they are going to be gone. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots in each dent. So placing this, and then our crafting table that we recently found in here. Yes, that's gonna look nice. Also, I need a book here that's gonna describe where we found it and what it represents. I think this is gonna look nice. There is our item and a book saying the first item, crafting bench, location Swollen Cheek Street, owner unknown. Yes, and then we're gonna have it for second, third, fourth, and fifth item. So 5 items per this case, which is not quite bad. 5 times 5 equals 25 items here. We're gonna have items here lying around, maybe on this as well, like on display. Yeah, it's gonna be looking cool, right? So if you do have any other suggestion on what kind of data I should put in here, do let me know down in the comment section. I would gladly add a little bit more description to each item. But coming here into the lounge area, I did a thing. I started improving stuff here. So I added these glass panes, red colored, and a little bit of drinking pots there. I still need to add a brewing stand of some sort, but this area is coming along nice. I need to add a little bit more detail here just to make it pop up a little bit more. But the lounge area itself, you have an amazing looking carpet that's looking like a little bit trippy. Black leather sofas that you can sit here. If I can squeeze my butt here. No, I can't. Okay. Nice looking tables. I think this is like a granite table, black granite table. And bamboo growing just for a little bit of greenery in this shebang. But there's a lot of stone still, and we need to change that. Yeah, I extended that part over there into a balcony, placed anvils around for railing, which looks quite nice. A little bit more of a transition, and not to have everything being made out of wood. So a little bit of variation in the material. I think it's very, very nice here. But all in all, this place is coming along. But enough about this place. I wanna move to other stuff, so we don't spend the entire time locked in here. Before we leave, I want to just point out that I did place my item of choice, declaring that this build has been made by me. So it's a stick. So wherever you see a stick on a build, it's my build. Also, this is gonna be a storage. Like I'm gonna place it here, like a wardrobe for players where they can get their collector's caps and fancy slippers. And also, I found 4 turtle eggs, and I'm gonna use them to create 4 ninja turtles and their place somewhere in here. If you have inspiration for me, do send them on the Discord down below. I'm gonna leave the link down below that you can join. And yeah, give me an inspo. Give me an inspo on those. Flying over this city, Downport. It's magnificent. It's having a hard time loading in because I have issues with my drivers. I'm gonna have to fix that. But flying around here, this place is really, really growing, and it's growing fast. I'm having a hard time catching up on everything here. And it's about time that I contribute to the server by building some houses around. So what I gathered is that people have personal bases around here, right? This is mine. I'm gonna showcase other bases, of course, in later videos. But this is my base, and people have started building houses around their areas so they can have kind of like a nice backdrop to their personal base. So Fixxitt already has placed houses around his build. You see, Fixxitt's area, right there, this huge grey castle, and all these houses are kind of around his build, so it's a nice backdrop and also a nice perspective to see how big this castle is in comparison to an everyday house. On this side we have Chaos Leper's area and also his houses right here. They're a little bit colorful in comparison to all the other houses on the server. If the map would load, please, yes, thank you. There, these are his houses around his personal base, and they look quite nice, and they give sort of like a character to this personal base of his, because the surrounding area is no longer just a plain grass field. So yeah, we're gonna go along this. And is that a piston door? Oh my god, this is gonna be a piston door. I need to get my own. Having all of that in mind, when you come to my base, it's sort of like we go up the hill, and then you see the base. It kind of reveals all of a sudden, like it was hidden because of this hill, and there's gonna be houses going outside of this area that other people are gonna build. But inside of this area, this stone marked area, is the place where I should build houses for my own personal base. And this is what I wanted to do. I already prepared some pillars. You've seen it in the footage, probably like a glimpse of it. But I would like to create like a under the ground sort of back alley type of deal here. And then we're gonna take the road and slide it downwards, right? In some sort of way. I don't know how exactly we're gonna do this as of yet, but we're gonna work it around as we're gonna place houses. I don't know if it's gonna be on the rooftop of the house, or if it's gonna go through the house, or the house is gonna go around it. We don't know that yet. We still have to place houses first to see what's gonna develop on top of that. And then right here, I would like to have like sort of square feel, like a town square feel, right? Without any statues, maybe a water feature or something like that. Just something that's gonna connect the main entrance to the rest of the area. Remember, these guys inside, they're living inside of this personal base, right? The Domachi, they live inside, they work inside, they sleep inside. when they want to go out, they use the tunnels that are going to go underneath the ground. So they don't actually do anything with the area around their base. That's why there is a gap in between the wall and the first house right over here. That's why this area is going to be like a poor sort of area, like people are using it temporarily, but it's becoming more of a everyday sort of we're gonna stay here for a while situation. Some water features here and there, nothing too big, but this area around the base, like you see this gap here, yeah, this tiny gap, it's gonna be terraformed. I'm gonna terraform it sort of with this style that we have going on here. And when I was building this gap, I said ideas are kicking in. I have some ideas on what I'm gonna do with this. This is not complete. This is just a part of the build. So as I'm gonna develop this part, I'm gonna implement the same change on the outside ring. So it's gonna be 2 in 1. Also, I need to start working on this thing. A lot of things to do, but let's move on with the actual work by hitting another time lapse. Good day to you. Yes, I did a lot off camera since the last clip that you saw. This thing is blocking the view now. This is a work in progress, but I wanted to lay out some things that I spoke about in the previous clips, so just so we can have a general idea of what I was talking about and where things are going. This is the main staircase taking us through this alley, soon to be alley, all the way down there and connected to the rest of the city. So when you do get up here, this is the view that you're gonna see. Of course, I'm going to remove this in the next episode, but here we get to the main like square, sort of speaking, before we get inside of the Machi's warehouse where everything is done and constructed. So we're gonna have some features here. I still have to come up with those. But since the last previous time lapse, I did some things. I ran around the city and I took some ideas on how to decorate this cliff. So I think that Juxey did this sort of design next to the tree farm, and I think it looks rather nice. A little bit of foliage right here and there, a little bit of dirt overhanging this thing, stone underneath. It looks really nice. On these pillars I added some buttons just to have that feeling like they're actually pierced by some kind of stronger support, because this thing is massive on the inside. I did place some window blinders, some clothes hanging in between the builds, which I directly took an inspiration from Mear's latest video. I think that's an interesting idea. Also, I saw Caluss using these baskets or crates all around the place, so I did place a few of those, a little bit of trash bins filled to the brim. This path, I thought, like, if people are gonna live under the stone structure, the cave, there's not a lot of grass going on here, right? It's a lot of dirt, and if it's moist, then this dirt is really brown and wet, right? So you'll see occasional dripping of the water from the ceiling to add to this feeling of a cave. As you can see, some what do you call these, ponds? No, I forgot what these are called, but yeah, a little bit of the cave a river or something similar to that, and it's an interesting feature that I think I can still play around with when it comes to purpose and design, but for now let's just leave it like that. All the builds have interiors which are quite simple and really minimal, and then everything is made out of wood because the wood is cheap, and it wouldn't make a lot of sense to have a lot of decoration in these houses because, well, people are living in a cardboard houses. There's not a lot of decoration that you can have inside of those houses. So yeah, I went minimal and cheap. I think this is the premium quality carpet. And in some houses you're gonna see bunk beds, in some you're gonna see a single bed, double bed, you know, but they're all made out of hay or wood or this kind of lime, like plastic, almost looking like a cover, because I think that's appropriate for the lore, for the story behind the people living in this sort of neighborhood. And then we have crates with some cargo inside, like hay. That's the thing that I think they have in abundance, like hay bales. As you can see, they're transporting, using them for lying on top of it, because they make beds out of those, or for heating, or for all sorts of things, you know, like, yeah. And mobs occasionally do spawn here, but that's not an issue. It should be gloom sort of feel that we see right now. Occasional light source coming from inside of the house, or occasional lamp sitting in front of the house, in front of someone's entrance. I think I did a really good job. You know, occasional box filled with water. You know, because it's either rain collected or drips. So people use this for drinking. They still need to boil it first and stuff like that. But this is the feature that I thought most about it. It's like you know, the community area where everyone comes, gathers around, like sits in front of the fire, has a nice chat, hang out, talk about, you know, how their day is, what they're gonna do. You know, just occasional socializing. I think this is a really nice spot for it. It's I left it a bit wider and placed a little bit of bench, a little bit of opened area, a fireplace, maybe some stew can be brewed in here. I think that's really nice. And when you come to the outside area, this whole place gives off that feeling like temporary settlement, right? I think I got that. Maybe I'm gonna play a little bit with the texture of the wood, but not too much. I think that as simple as I can leave it, the better it looks. I'm gonna probably work a little bit more on the pillars in the future, but right now I should focus on the transition in between this area and my personal base, which is going to be for the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We did have quite an interesting time lapse. Oh my god, it's so difficult to fly. We did have an interesting time lapse, and by this time I've finished this here area, meaning that houses can be built over here, and maybe I can contribute to the rest of the build of this amazing city. Guys, I'll see you in the next episode. It took me a while to do this one. I hope that the next one will come out sooner. Until then, farewell, Happy New Year, and get some rest, you know. 2020 was really harsh.